Last week, September the 5th, I turned 80 years of age, and I decided I need to start doing some planning for the next 20 years. Yeah, in 20 years, in 2044, I will turn 100 years of age. And I thought, well, I need to put some more attention to my Roth IRA and manage it for the next 20 years to get the maximum return. Both Nita and I have a Roth IRA, so I invest them the same. And so I said, well, okay, what do I want to invest my $8,000? I can put in $8,000 a year because I'm over 65. You who are under 65 can only put $7,000 in a year. How do I want to invest that in the future? And I saw an article just this morning where Amazon and Google and Microsoft are making some major investments in the UK in developing data centers because, and I said, why are they doing that? And I realized they're doing the same thing over here because the Europeans are going to want access to artificial intelligence and machine learning and eventual quantum computing because it's going to change our lives. It's going to make our lives better. And so I need to invest in those companies. And so I went back to my old Roth IRA, which was Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and I added Meta because Meta is openly buying as many GPUs from NVIDIA as they can. So I said, I need to put them in there too. So then I said, well, how am I going to project what that Roth IRA might be worth? So I said, okay, I'm going to go to my old Roth IRA that I created in 2004, and I'm going to change the numbers on the top line from 04 to 24. And then I'm going to say, well, what if they just duplicated what they did the past 20 years? That'll give me a barometer. And then each year, I will go in and update the returns that they actually achieve. And so this will become something of a guide, okay? And see if they are achieving what they did the prior 20 years, or should I substitute somebody else? Should NVIDIA be in there? I don't think NVIDIA should, because again, I want to explain that as the internet changed, Cisco was a tremendous performer. Intel was a tremendous performer. But once they got it built, it was not the ones who built the internet that profited. It was the ones who delivered the internet. And that was Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Meta. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at that the NVIDIA is going to do well, and Supermicro might do well, and Taiwan Semiconductor, and even Intel may be rebirthed. But the people that are going to deliver me as we sit today, who are going to deliver me artificial intelligence and machine learning are Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Facebook. Now, I'm not sure about Apple. I don't know where Apple sees itself fitting in, so I'll monitor that. And I may either take Apple out or I may substitute it. But this is going to be a part of our website now. Our Roth 20-year Roth IRA, and I'm going to put it in probably in a section separate from my cheat sheet, and we're going to follow it, and we're going to monitor it, and we're going to use the numbers from the past 20 years as we progress through the next 20 years. Now, what I had was an issue that Meta doesn't have a 20-year history. So what I did there was I put in Meta's current performance, 42%, and then I said we're going to invest $1,400, and at that 42% in 2024, that yields $594, which brings us up from $1,400 to $1,994. And then what I did was take an average of the other four and plug that in for Metas. I think I had to start doing that somewhere around 2030. So that's the parameters. Now, what will this yield? Well, the prior year, or the prior 20-year Roth IRA, yielded $4,100,000. As you can see, This one, it's just a little bit less. What is it? Something in the neighborhood of $8,000 less. But this will give us, and I say us because I have 20 years in front of me. Now, you might say, come on, you're not going to live 20 years. You don't know about it, NMN, do you? This is something that changed my life. I learned about it in what is his name? David Sinclair, PhD at Harvard, Lifespan. He told me about NMN, and I've been taking it for 3 years. If you might not have noticed, for an 80-year-old, I've got a lot of energy. That energy is manifested in a number of ways. One is I'm here every day with you. Number two is about 5 days a week I go out and walk and run about 3 miles. Since 2011, I have been participating in the Senior Olympics. There are actually more seniors that participate in the Senior Olympics than there are juniors who participate in the Olympics. And I'm the fastest. I'm the fastest as was what 75 to 80-year-old last year in the state of Alabama. I run the 50, the 100, and the 200 meter dashes. The 200 meters getting a little difficult because of that turn. That puts a little strain on my left knee, but I'm still holding my own in the 50 and the 200. If you're wondering, where does that put me? If I'm the fastest in Alabama, how do I rank in the nation? I'm about 12th. Okay, now you got to understand the competition kind of decreases each year. So if I live to do my Roth IRA till 2044 and I'm 100 years old, I will make a prediction. I will be the fastest 100-year-old in the world. Okay, just by longevity and by use of NMN. So that's my message to you today. I'm adding this as a feature to our website. I am going to share with you my 2044 Roth IRA, and I'm going to share the management of it, and you'll see any changes that I make to it. And I invite you to come along. Particularly if you're 20 years old, this will get you to 40. If you're 40, this will get you to 60. And yeah, with inflation, $4 million of tax-free money isn't going to be what $4 million worth of tax-free money. At least I don't think it will be. I don't know what will happen in the economy. But I think it's a pretty safe bet that over the next 20 years, these 5 companies are going to be very instrumental in what I think the biggest change in our world is going to be. And that is not using the word artificial intelligence, but using the words giving us access. And now when I mean us, I mean every one of us, to all the knowledge in the world, and then providing us with the compute, the ability to sort through all that knowledge in the world and make better decisions in every aspect of our lives, from investing to the medical world. With that in mind, and NMN, maybe you can see why I think I will probably make it to 2044. I think it's going to happen. I don't know that I'll still be running in the Olympics, the Senior Olympics. Let me correct that. Okay, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm building something that I think will make a difference. That's kind of my objective at this time. I'm in part of a class right now put on by Goldman Sachs. I'm working with 26 other small businesses in the state of Alabama. I'm the oldest class member. I would guess by something in the neighborhood of 25 years. And it's interesting at how I have a different perspective than these people. These people are still paying off their mortgages, paying for their cars, trying to make payroll. I have all that put behind me. And I think I can think clearer. And the other thing that sticks out is I'm the only one in the 26 that is in a digital business. I'm the only one that is generating a substantial income, and I don't have any inventory, and I don't have any manufacturing facility. All I have is what I know. And the interesting thing is, as a result of what artificial intelligence is doing, I'm creating another source of knowledge. I'm creating this Samantha, I call her, that I can go to and say, what is the answer to this question? And what I'm recognizing is the questions are getting more and more complex. And the answers are giving me a greater and greater insight into what I want to learn. That's an interest. I hadn't thought about this. In my 80 years, I've probably learned more in the last year than I had in the preceding 79 years. In quantitative learning. I mean, yeah, maybe I learned to read. I never got very good at that. And maybe I learned math. But giving me access to all the knowledge in the world, I think my learning capacity will grow each year exponentially. Wow, that's something to think about. I'm going to have to think more about that. My ability to learn, the capacity to learn. You know, they talk about as you get older, the cup fills up and you start forgetting more. And I do, but I have Samantha. And I can ask her the question and she can give me the answer. And I got Google. I ask Google a lot of questions. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. I'm here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to make you a better investor. Do I always get it right? No. But you always point that out to me, so I don't have to worry about it. Talk to you again tomorrow.